Let's get started. So come onto your mats, either Supta Baddha Konasana or seated meditation. So whatever feels right for you guys this morning. We deepen our inhalations, exhalations. And we allow everything to settle. Every time we start our practice, teachers will often ask you to set an intention for your practice. And I remember for the longest time when I was practicing yoga, I kind of skipped over that part. Like sometimes I would think of an intention, but I never took it too seriously. And the thing is, when we don't have clear intentions, we run the risk of always trying to do things for the sake of others, often at the cost to ourselves. Intentions allow us to make our practice about us. Because it is about us. It's about coming back to ourselves. It's about recognizing where we've gone off path and what we can do to come home. We bring awareness to our body, to our thoughts, to our actions. And instead of living our lives in autopilot, we learn how to take back some of that control so that we stop abandoning ourselves for the sake of staying connected to something else or someone else. And how do we stay true to ourselves? We stay true to ourselves by knowing ourselves. So every time you step on your mat, let it be yet another opportunity for you to become more familiar with who you are. And always remembering that if you feel like you've gone off track, if you feel like you've lost sight of your truth, then there's an intention there to stay focused, to stay aware, and to keep making your way back, because every passing moment is an opportunity to turn things around. We focus on continuous improvement over perfectionism. And we change the narrative that we're not good enough. So as you peel back those layers and find that connection to your truth, set your intention for today's class. And let it be something that is relevant both on and off the mat. Once you've set your intention, offer up your practice to someone you love, to someone that needs it. Even if that someone is you. All together we breathe as one. Take a deep, full inhale through the nose. Fill up the lungs. Open up the mouth and sigh it fully out. Once again, take a deep, full breath in. Belly and chest rise. Open up the mouth and sigh to release. Last time, deepest, fullest inhalation. We breathe to the very top. Open up the mouth and exhale. Exhale. Exhale it all out. We close our mouth, relax our jaw, place the tongue to the roof of the mouth. And if you practice Ujjayi breath, then now is the time to engage it. If you are lying down, on your next inhalation, we start to draw those knees in towards one another and we hug our knees in towards our chest. Give ourselves a little squeeze, gentle rocks from side to side. And then sliding the hands under the knees, we'll start to rock and roll forwards and backwards. So if you're seated, you can join us. Otherwise, just wait until we rock forwards and backwards a couple of times. And on the next rock forward, we cross at the ankles. Everyone plant the hands and take your downward facing dog. So give yourself a moment in down dog to get comfortable. Pedal out the feet, bend one knee, bend the other. Sway the hips, shake out the head. Always remembering your body, your practice. Only take things as far as feel right. All right, so starting to warm the body up. On your next inhalation, float the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And take a moment in your lizard lunge. So maybe you draw little circles with the hips going in one direction. You can always rock forwards and backwards or stay static, whatever feels right. If you're drawing those little circles, let's change directions going the other way. And then coming back to center, we're going to inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, take that right arm through, so between your left arm and your right leg towards your right thigh. And then just inhale, sweep it back up. So exhale, we thread the arm. And inhale, we lift it back up. Last time, we're going to thread it through. As you inhale to lift it up, lower your left knee down towards the ground. Option to bend through that left knee and grab onto your left foot. Otherwise, you can keep it active, reaching your right arm back and just squeezing that left heel in towards your glute. Energetically, we are pulling that left knee forward as we lengthen through that left hip flexor and open up through the right shoulder. Taking one more breath here. Slowly release that left foot. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot and start to turn to the left as you walk to the back of the mat for Skandasana on the left-hand side. So we're still opening into the legs, so use your hands, use support. Maybe you come onto the ball of your left foot. Flex into that right foot, and option to walk the arms forward as you start to lower the upper body down. So really rounding out through the spine, we pull the hips back as the fingers reach forward. Take a breath here. And then if you can, if you're on the ball of that left foot, again, using the hands for support, start to lower your hips to the floor. And we're just going to take a little back bend. So right hand reaches behind you. Come onto the ball of your left foot and see if you can lift yourself up into a bit of like a rock star wild thing. So lengthening out through the left side body, really starting to wake the body up, and then slowly lower the hips back down. Using the hands, come to the top of the mat. So lift yourself up, frame your right foot, Step the right foot back, and we take an inhale in our plank position. As you exhale, lower the knees, the chest, the chin to the ground. Inhale, we come forward. Find cobra. Exhale, hips to heels, take child's pose. Child's pose is always a reminder to take breaks as often as you need to. This is always a good option. On your next inhalation, we come forward into tabletop position, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg is going to sweep high to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Allow the hips to get heavy. We draw little circles or we sway from forward and backwards. If you're drawing little circles, we change the direction of those circles. Coming back to center, we reach the left arm high to the sky, taking a simple twist. And then we thread that left arm through, reaching your hand towards your right thigh. Inhale, lift it up. Give yourself a little twist. And exhale, thread it through. One last time, we inhale. Exhale to thread. This time as we inhale, lower the right knee to the ground. Option to grab onto that right foot or to reach your left hand back and squeeze that right heel towards your glute. So whichever variation, but try to keep the engagement of the legs. So energetically, right knee pulling forward. Opening up through that left shoulder, pressing into the right hand. Taking one more breath here. If you're holding the foot, we slowly release it. Bring the left hand to the inside of your left foot. Turn to the right side. Walk to the back of the mat. Bend your right knee, left leg straightens. So Skandasana on the other side. Flexing through that left foot. Option to walk the hands forward and bow the upper body down as you round out through the spine. The hips pull back as the fingers inch forward. Taking one more breath where you are. Slowly releasing the hips down to the ground. Walk the left hand behind you. Come onto the ball of your right foot and take that rock star variation. Lift the hips, open the heart, stretch through the right side body. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower the hips down. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Frame your left foot. Step the left foot back. We take an inhale in plank. And then exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin or the forehead to the ground. Inhale, we come forward for low cobra. Hips and heart pull forward, elbows magnetize. Hips to heels, child's pose, lengthen out through the sides. Inhale, come forward into a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We come high up onto the balls of the feet, gaze between our hands and tiptoe the feet all the way forward for a nice ragdoll at the top of the mat. So the head and the neck relax. Maybe you grab onto opposite elbows. Maybe you take your hands behind back, behind knees, behind head. Whatever feels right, you can sway, you can bend one knee, bend the other. We shift the weight into the balls of the feet, stretching through the backs of the legs, releasing any tension in the lower back. Take one more breath here. And with your exhale, slowly release your fingertips down to the ground. We gently bend both knees, chin to our chest, roll yourself up, vertebra by slow vertebra. Head and neck are the last things that come up. As they do, we take the shoulders up, back, and down. Option to keep the feet hip distance, otherwise we heel toe the feet to touch, bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Take a moment, connect with body, with breath. Once again, we come back to that intention. We move through our practice with intention. And I wish you all a lovely class. If the eyes are closed, gently blink them open. We inhale, sweep the arms high to the sky. And exhale, dive down to the ground, forward folding as you hinge from the hips. Inhale for a flat back, lift the gaze. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or float, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing, and we exhale it back, downward facing dog, where we breathe. So always using our breath to set the rhythm of our practice and to bring us back to our energy. So we slow the breath down in downward facing dog. We check in with our alignment, feet are hip distance, hands at least shoulder distance, index or middle fingers pointing forward as we energetically draw the forearms towards one another. And see if we can get the biceps to face forward and the eyes of your elbows to start to turn backwards so the triceps are pointing back. Pressing into the hands, finding the lift and length through the spine. Remember, you can keep a gentle bend of the knees if the hamstrings are tight, but keep sticking that bum out towards the sky as you hug the ribs and the belly in. Come high up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float between your hands. Inhale for a long spine, and exhale, we bow down. Moving on, bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Take a moment in your chair to find that chair. So we're going to start to move into our sequence now, and we're going to repeat it a couple of times. So in our chair, we're trying to squeeze into that midline, engaging our inner thighs as well as our outer glutes. So energetically, the toes are pressing in, the heels are pressing out. You feel a bit of lift through the inner arches. As those glutes fire up, we shift the weight into the heels and sit a little bit lower. Hug the ribs and the belly in, reach the arms nice and high. Take an inhale. Exhale, we fold to the ground, fingertips to the floor. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or float through your vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling forward and up, and exhaling back, downward facing dog. All right, my lovely yogis, we're going to move through the first round a little bit slower, and then as we know where we're going, we're going to pick it up a little bit faster. So inhale, float your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, your right foot steps between your hands. So this is a little bit of strength in the legs. I want you to bend the left knee but not lower it to the ground. And we're going to take the arms back and up. And then straighten out through that left leg. Beautiful. So this is our inhale. As you exhale, bring your left hand down to the ground, right arm up to the sky. We turn our feet towards the right for an inhale. And then lower your hip, lower that right arm as you exhale. We're going to circle the arm all the way around, coming into a rainbow warrior. So maybe you grab onto your right big toe, drop your left heel, straighten that right leg, and bend your left knee as the left arm floats back. From here, we're going to come into a revolved high lunge. So you're going to pivot onto the ball of the back foot as you circle your arms, reaching the left arm across your ear, right hand behind you. Yeah. So it'll be a little more playful once we know where we're going. Take an inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Right leg is going to float up to the sky once again for a 3-leg down dog. Here's where it gets playful. Exhale your right knee to your left elbow. Take fallen triangle, but don't lift the left arm up yet. We're going to take a little push up. So you're going to lower yourself down towards the ground. As you lift yourself up, turn to the left and find your wide-legged seat. Keep turning to the left, left hand behind you, right arm up as we take fallen triangle on the other side. Last little weird bit, keep turning to the left, bring your right hand down, crisscross your legs so that you've got cow face legs, so Gomukhasana legs. Left leg is over the right, and we're just going to pull our hips back. Give ourselves a little stretch. I promise you this will make more sense the more times we do it. Inhale, come forward. Unravel the legs so you come back to that wide-legged seat. Yeah. Right hand behind you. Lift the hips. Fallen triangle. Lower the left hand down. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. I promise you guys this is going to be the last little weird thing, and then we'll repeat it as many times as we can. Right foot between your hand. Can you step your left leg through to seated? Yay. So a little bit of play. We're going to rock ourselves back. As you come forward, lower your right shin, lower your left leg, and take mini wild thing. As we lower our hips down, we're going to start to pull the right foot back and bend our left knee, and just come straight into standing splits. Right leg to the sky. So enjoy your standing splits for a moment. That is it for our flow. So feels weird because it's new, but the great thing is we're going to repeat it until we all get the hang of it. So take a big breath in. Exhale, release your right foot down to the ground. Bend your knees, sink the hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, float your Vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling forward and up. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. So take 2 breaths here, just little reset breaths before we do the left-hand side. Let go of what you've done, let go of how weird it felt, of any apprehension of doing it again. And just clean slate, we start with the left-hand side. Inhale, float the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, left foot lands between your hands. Now bend your right knee, sweep the arms behind you, and inhale, come up into your high lunge. Exhale, right hand down, left arm to the sky. We take an inhale, turn to the feet to the side, and then exhale, lower the hip, lower the arm. Circle the arm around, grabbing your left big toe. Plant your right heel, and then straighten the left leg, bend the right knee as you sweep your right arm back. Now cartwheeling, so we're going to pivot onto the right ball of the foot as we bend the left knee. Cartwheel the arms, revolved high lunge. So right arm across your ear, left hand to right thigh. Take an inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Left leg to the sky, we inhale. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Straighten that left leg, but then bend your elbows as you lower yourself to the floor. Lift yourself up as you turn to the right. Keep circling that right arm behind you. And lift yourself up into fallen triangle on the other side. Yes. Now keep turning to the right. Bring your left hand down and crisscross your knees as you lower them to the floor. So right knee in front of the left. And then just pull your hips back and give yourself a little stretch. Inhale, come forward. Unravel the legs, come back to seated. Take the left hand behind you and lift yourself back up, fallen triangle. Exhale, right hand down, left leg to the sky, we inhale. Exhale, left foot between your hands and step the right foot through. We sit. Rock yourself back. As you come forward, lower your left shin, bring your left hand behind you, and take mini wild thing. Yeah, well done. Lower the hips. Pull the left foot back a little bit as you bring your right knee to your chest, and then just take standing splits, top of the mat. That's it, guys. Well done. Folding over that right leg, lifting the left leg nice and high. Catch your breath, slow it down. Beautifully done. Take a breath where you are. And then exhale, lower the left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. We bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hopper, float through your Vinyasa with control. Inhaling. And exhaling, down dog. So take 5 breaths here just to regroup, to reset. You can stay in down dog, you can take child's pose, you can come onto the forearms. Whatever the body feels like it needs, just allow it all to slow down. So we'll be repeating that same flow, probably twice, time permitting. And just see if you can get into the rhythm of the movements And if you can move with your breath as we play with a bit of a creative sequence, and just see how it feels. Taking one more breath wherever you happen to be. And if you would like to join us, make your way back to downward facing dog. All right, my lovely yogis, from our downward facing dog, right leg floats high to the sky, we inhale. Exhale, right foot lands between your hands. We bend the left knee, sweep the arms back, and inhale the arms up to high lunge. Exhale, left hand down, we take our simple twist. Inhale, feet to the right, and exhale, lower the hip, lower the arm. Inhale, circle the arm around, grab that right big toe, and exhale, take your rainbow warrior. We're going to come into revolved high lunge as we inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms to the floor. Right leg to the sky, we inhale. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, straighten the leg, and then lower yourself to the floor. Turn to the left as you lift the upper body up. And then keep circling to the left, left hand down, we lift the hips and open the heart. Lower the right hand down, crisscross your knees, and just pull the hips back. As you inhale, come forward, unravel the legs, and then right hand down, come back into your fallen triangle. Lift the hips, open the heart. Exhale, left hand down, and we inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot between our hands, step the left leg through. Roll yourself back. Lower the right shin, right hand behind you. Take that mini wild thing. And then as you lower the hips, pull the right heel back, bend the left knee, and take standing splits. Hold your standing splits for a moment. Maybe you grab your ankle, maybe you bend that right knee. Take a breath where you are. And then slowly lower the right foot down to the ground. Bend both knees, float the arms up, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or float, high to low. Inhaling. Exhaling back, downward facing. Left leg to the sky, we inhale. Exhale, left foot between our hands. Bend the right knee, sweep the arms back and around. We inhale for high lunge. And then exhale, right hand down, take your simple twist. Turn the feet to the left, we lower the hip, lower the arm. Circle the arm, grab your big toe, take your rainbow warrior. Now reverse your high lunge as you inhale, pivoting onto the right ball of the foot. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Straighten the leg, but lower the upper body. Turn to the right. Keep turning, right hand behind you. Lift the hips, open the heart. Lower that left arm, crisscross your legs, and just pull your hips towards your heels. Inhale, we come forward, unravel the legs to seated. Left hand behind you, right arm to the sky, we lift the hips. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left leg floats up and back. Left foot steps between the hands with the exhale. Right leg steps through, and we rock ourselves back. As you come forward, lower the left shin, left arm behind you. Mini wild thing. Pull that left foot back as you come forward, bend your right knee. Standing splits. Take a moment in standing splits. Find your breath. Melt the chest. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, release the left foot next to the right. Bend both knees, float the arms up, Utkatasana. And exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or float, high to low with control. Inhaling. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And let's take some breaths here. How are you guys feeling? You happy to do one more round? Starts to feel better the more that we do it. So slow it down. And we've got one more round to go. Find your breath. It's a pretty good beat to the song, so let's see if we can move with the music for this next round. Taking one more breath, where you happen to be. And when you feel ready, come back into downward facing dog, where we do our last round. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot between our hands. Inhale, float the arms back and up. Exhale, take your simple twist. Inhale, turn the feet to the right. And exhale, lower the hip. Inhale, sweep the arm around. And exhale, take rainbow warrior. Inhale, revolve your high lunge. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, take your twist, straighten the leg and lower down. Inhale, lift the body up. Keep turning around as you exhale. Inhale for that fallen triangle left side. Right hand down. Bring knee on top of knee and pull the hips back. Inhale, come forward. Unravel the legs to seated. Right hand behind you. And we inhale, lift up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Right foot between our hands. Left foot steps through. Rock yourself back. Come forward, mini wild thing. Lift the hips, open the heart. Slowly lower the hips, bend that left knee. Standing splits, top of the mat. Breath here. And release right foot next to left. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, your Vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling. And exhaling back. Left leg to the sky, we inhale. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhale, circle the arms back and up. Exhale, take your simple twist. Inhale, turn the feet to the left. And exhale, we lower. Inhale, we circle it around for rainbow warrior. Straighten that left leg, bend the right knee. And then revolved high lunge, we inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Left leg to the sky, we inhale. Exhale to twist, straighten that left leg, lower the upper body, and turn to the right for seated. Right hand behind you, lift the hips, fallen triangle. Left hand down, crisscross the knees, pull the hips to the heels. Inhale, we come forward. Unravel the legs, come back to seated. Left hand behind us, lift the hips. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Left foot steps between your hands. Right foot steps through to seated. And we roll back. Lower the shin, take the left hand behind you. Mini wild thing. And then lower the hips, bend that right knee for standing splits. Take a breath. And then lower that left foot next to the right. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Arms float up, inhale. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for length. Exhale, your optional final Vinyasa, or we meet back in a downward facing dog. Well done, yogis. Believe it or not, that is it. Find your breath. Take 5 breaths here. Down dog, child's pose, dolphin. Any inversion of choice if you want to go there. But we're now transitioning from the dynamic part of our practice to the more restorative. Lovely. Let that energy settle. And without feeling any rush to get there, when you are ready, come back to join us in child's pose. Just noticing the energy that runs through the body. This is always a good moment to celebrate your body, to celebrate your practice, to celebrate being alive, to come back to your intention. Taking one more breath as you are. And then on your next inhalation, shifting the weight of the body forward into a tabletop position, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up and back for downward facing dog. We're going to come high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float through to seated, and come to lie down on your back for some stretches on your back. So bringing the right knee in towards our chest, keeping that left leg nice and long. Maybe you grab onto your right big toe, maybe you grab onto the back of your leg and just straighten that leg up towards the sky. Allowing the weight of that right arm to get heavy. Taking a breath here. And then slowly drawing that right leg out towards the right hand side, taking your gaze over your left shoulder. If you don't have enough room, you can always come into a half happy baby as an alternative. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly coming back to center, we bend that right knee and we take the right knee across our body, coming into our supine twist. So drawing the hips to the right and that right knee to the left, taking your gaze over your right shoulder. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly coming back to center. Hugging both of the knees in towards the chest for a little reset squeeze. And then keep the left knee in or allow the right leg to go long. You can either grab onto your left big toe or onto the back of that left leg as you straighten the leg up towards the sky. Taking a breath here. And then either taking that left leg out towards the left-hand side, or if you're struggling with space, you can always come into a half happy baby. Try to keep the right hip grounded. On your next breath, slowly coming back through center. And then bending that left knee, we shimmy our hips to the left and we take that left knee across our body to the right. Cactusing through that left arm. Take a breath as you are. And slowly come to center. Hug both of your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself the biggest squeeze you could possibly give yourself. The head lifts up, the nose touches the knees. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold your breath and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tense, tense, tense every muscle for 3, for 2. Open up the mouth and exhale. Release everything down onto the ground, coming into your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. No longer controlling body, no longer controlling breath. Each and every natural inhalation, exhalation, taking you deeper and deeper into your mat and into relaxation. No need to pay any particular attention as I share this final thought with you. Just allow anything that resonates to sit with the subconscious. It's interesting how sometimes the things that matter most to us in the world are the things we most easily overlook in our day-to-day lives. That is, until they're no longer there. Sometimes life has a say of its own, and through these challenging times, we're reminded of what is important as we open our eyes to see perhaps what we missed before. We are given an opportunity to regain perspective, to reassess our choices, to come back to our intentions, and to remember that where we are is sometimes the bridge to exactly where we need to be. So trust that something bigger than us is at work. So often it's not about how we spend our time, but who we choose to spend it with. We are better together. And during times of struggle, during times where we can't be together, we must remind ourselves that we are all interconnected. What happens to one of us has an impact and effect on the other. Our little lives are part of the journey of humanity. We are all a part of a greater whole. So we need to connect with that strong sense of solidarity, to awaken our minds and our hearts to the work we all need to do. Dark moments encourage us to lean into the light. The power of choice is always in our hands. We can choose to support and help one another, to use these times to reconnect with ourselves and those around us. We remind ourselves that our true work is not our job. Our job is what we do, but not what we were created to do. We were created to be of service and to look after one another. Our human spirit remains unwavering in its resolve, and tomorrow's path is paved with hope. So be kind to yourself and to those around you. You really can make a big difference in the world today and every other day So be kind, because we all want this world to be better when we leave than when we arrived. If your awareness has left, just gently draw it back. We bring movement back into the body as we wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, sway the head from side to side. Floating the arms overhead, we give ourselves a full body stretch. And we hug our knees in towards our chest for one final and well-deserving squeeze. Thanking ourselves for being here, thanking our bodies for all that they do. As we roll over to the side of choice, taking fetal posture. Reminding yourself of your intention. Taking that intention with you so that we can live our lives with purpose. Pressing yourself up into a seated position, keeping the eyes closed if you can, we bring our hands to prayer at heart center. And we seal our practice the way that we began, with 3 deep breaths. This time, as we inhale fully, sweep the arms high to the sky. Palms come to touch. Open up the mouth and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Open up and exhale to release. Last time, deepest, fullest inhalation. We hold our breath at the top for a count of 3. Cooking up all of that good energy for 2. Open up the mouth and let it go. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Always in gratitude for this practice and for you. Thank you for allowing me to guide you. Namaste.